3, 2, and 1. Hey, everybody. Welcome into TexAgs Rewind presented by Yeti. In my Yeti, I had TexAgs coffee. Go check it out. TexAgs.com/coffee. Beat the hell out of the morning with it. It is great. Ethan Jones, are you a coffee drinker?
I'm actually not. I'm a tea over coffee guy.
Tea over coffee.
Yeah.
Knees over toes guy, you're tea over coffee. Okay,
Yeah.
got it. What about you, Luke?
No, I'm not.
Okay, thanks for your answer. It's just like, no.
You people don't know how to promo anything. Of course I'm a coffee drinker.
Thank you, Nick.
And when I drink coffee, I drink TexAgs coffee.
Thank you, Nick. What are you holding? What are you doing?
This is Walter Jr. Walter Mellon is his official government name. But he is a big fan of TexAgs coffee and the TexAgs Rewind.
Walter Mellon. Isn't that from the movie Back to School? Isn't that the guy's
What?
name? The movie Back to School with Rodney Dangerfield?
I don't think so.
Yeah, it's definitely Mellon. Maybe it's Theodore Mellon. You've never watched Back to School?
No.
You need to watch it. Got a stat for us?
Yeah, I do. I think in the South Carolina game, we should be able to expose their weak offensive line. They allow 4.43 sacks per game, which is 127th in the nation, and 8.14 tackles for loss per game, which is 129th, while we average 4.14 sacks per game, first in the nation, and 9.3 tackles for loss per game. So I think that's a big area we can expose.
That is a big one. By the way, on the show today, we had a lot of fun stuff. We did the Apex Performance of the Week. We had to give the Rangers their props. It is what it is, and congratulations to them. We also had to give Myles Garrett his props. Charean Williams was on the show. Jamie McCoy was on the show, and we kept it real with Jordan Pugh. Check it out.
Well, the Rangers didn't play. I got to go with them because the Aggies didn't play last year. Yeah. First of all, the Rangers, but to be more specific, I got to go with Adolis Garcia.
Yeah.
First of all, because he really makes the Astros fans mad.
Mm-hmm.
But gosh, he was the MVP of the series. What, he had 5 RBIs last night?
Yeah.
And he had that big grand slam.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah. What a player.
As the temperature got hot, he got hotter. He turned it on.
And a lot of this after they plunked him.
Yep.
For hitting a home run.
Yep.
So
you think it was on purpose?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand why they did. Kind of understand. He kind of showboated after hitting the home run, so they plunked him. But what do I say all the time? I don't buy into the unwritten rules of baseball and the angst and the frustration of cheating and things like that. Just play. You know what? It's why you're going to throw a baseball at somebody because he celebrated a home run, right?
Yep.
Well, what are you going to do? The same teams, the same fans like that are so upset about it in Houston? If name me a Houston wide receiver, Texans.
The kid from U of H, I forgot his name.
Tank Dell.
There you go, Tank Dell.
If he scores a touchdown and does a dance, are you offended by that?
Not really.
Well, so why are baseball players such wussies?
But people were very offended at the kiss from the UCF player. Was it UCF? You remember that, Luke?
Yeah, it was.
UCF
I believe he used to play at Oklahoma.
Yeah, towards the Oklahoma bench. Did you see that? He had a big touchdown, and people were not happy. Stop him.
Yeah, I mean, of all the things people get worked up about, it's just stupid to me.
All right, let's do one more because we're way late for a break. How about Myles Garrett? Can I interest you in a little Myles Garrett?
I like Myles. Tell me about him.
Nick, can you pull up his stats? Because the dude was phenomenal.
Blocked a field goal.
And by the way, did you see the timing of that one? He jumped over.
Yes.
That was beautiful.
He looked like the Hulk.
Yep. Absolutely looked like the Hulk. Just an incredible season that he's having. My computer froze, so I can't look up his stats. But just an amazing year. And
he forced a fumble and got
forced
it for
a fumble. There we go. 9 tackles, 2 sacks, 1 tackle for loss, 2 forced fumbles, 1 blocked field goal. And that Browns team offensively has been really bad. Even Deshaun Watson, really bad. It has been their defense, and he's the best on their defense. Looking like just an incredible year for Myles Garrett.
He's amazing. I'm not surprised.
Yeah. Charean, let's get into the Aggies in the NFL because I know who your number 1 guy is going to be, but who else is on the list?
Well, we're going to give a little shout-out to Brady Man. I think he's found a perfect place for him where he doesn't have to punt a lot. And we know he has to punt a couple times a game. I think it's a wanted game, actually, right now. He does very well. And he had 1 punt for the Eagles the other day, 57 yards. So just outstanding. So honorable mention, shout-out there. Justin Matabuke, 3 tackles, a sack, a forced fumble, just quietly doing his thing. And and stacking up those sacks. You like to see it. Ravens won big. Number 2, Christian Kirk. Everybody forgets because they played on Thursday night last week, but 6 catches, 90 yards, a touchdown.
Big touchdown.
Victory over the Saints. Yeah. And number 1, as you mentioned, likely going to be AFC Defensive Player of the Week. And if you haven't seen, I don't know if they changed back yet, but last night, NFL.com changed their profile page, and it had a picture of Myles Garrett wearing the chain on the sideline, the turnover chain on the sideline, and it said Myles Defensive Player of the Year, DPOY, question mark, and it has the eyes on there. So it's pretty exciting for him. I think he is the leader in the clubhouse for Defensive Player of the Year. Block field goal, if you haven't seen it, I'm sure everybody's seen it, but if you haven't, please go back and find it. The video is readily available, jumps over the line without making contact, blocks the field goal, 2 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, just an incredible performance, single-handedly won that game for the Browns. Just an unbelievable performance, probably one of the best defensive performances we've seen in the NFL in years. Just incredible. And I think this is what we all expected to see out of Myles, but also think about how far he has come from his meltdown against the Steelers, and I thought he was going to have a hard time coming back from that simply because you wear that scarlet letter.
Their offensive line has been hurt all year long. They've been decimated by injury. They've given up 30 sacks, I believe 6 in the last game. When I give you that information, considering it was Missouri who had 6, it was North Carolina who had 9 sacks against them. I give you those numbers knowing what A&M's defense has done against other opponents. What can we expect this weekend?
Man, with our front 7, they should be licking their chops. And especially, I don't know if this has been the case with our Aggies, but I know when I was playing there, you would have a vendetta with some teams. I know South Carolina beating us last year in their place should never have happened. And I'm hoping that the guys, the upperclassmen that we have, kind of let the younger classmen know, hey, we are about to put something on these boys. I don't know if vendettas are real with our team right now, but I'm hoping that is the case. So we should at least have 6. I'm gonna put a goal out there of 10. I love to see DJ Durkin let those boys wreak havoc. So let's put a somewhat realistic goal of 10 out there and see if that can be reached.
All right, let's close out with this, and I'm going to be optimistic when I ask this question. What does a big win, not just a win, a big win? We're talking about a game where they get those double-digit sacks and they score 30-plus points and they win comfortably 2 or 3 scores. What does that do for them going on the road to Ole Miss and maybe for the rest of the year?
I'm hoping that propels them to know what they can do when they all play on one accord and put their minds together and use each other in the proper way. I'm hoping that it allows these guys to know what they're capable of, and I'm hoping that it allows them to say, hey, we can. South Carolina might not have been up to the par of Tennessee or Alabama, but if we take care of what we do, if we worry about ourselves and not the opponent, just do what we do well and take care of us, we can play with anybody. So hopefully this gives them some confidence and lets them know, hey, let's see if we can travel and take this show on the road and salvage our season.
I wouldn't necessarily say anger. I would say frustration last year. You know what I mean? 'Cause I just thought a lot of the moves that we made last year, they didn't make a lot of sense. You're dealing with a young team, but I don't think, as far as last year's concerned, I don't think that we were putting our young players in a lot of positions to be successful. So that was where a lot of the frustration came in. This year is more so. Look, man, you have a group of guys that grew up. You had a group of guys that had trial by fire. A group of guys that have experienced the SEC at home, on the road, all the ups and downs. So you're looking at a group of guys who should grow. You know what I mean? Also, you're looking at the additions of Petrino running the offense, the defense taking another step under Durkin. I just think that everything was primed. And then you're looking at a down SEC as well, as far as competition is concerned, as far as the Alabamas of the world trying to figure it out. the LSUs of the world. You know, I told you at the beginning of the season, I was never a believer in LSU. Trying to figure that out. Man, it was wide open. So you're looking at the prime opportunity this season in order to take over the SEC West, get to that SEC title game, and whatnot. So that's where the optimism came in. That's where the excitement came in. You know what I mean? Now it's kind of, I'm leaning more towards the disappointment if we don't get things turned around. But, you know, I still love the team, still like the team. You know, still think we have everything that we need in order to finish strong. It's just, hey, do it. It's just that simple.
Figure out a way to do it. All right, so do you think, from what you've seen over the last 3 years, 6 years, whatever you want to call it?
Oh, no. No. Okay, let's do it.
Do you think they can fix it?
Okay, well, you got to define fix. I mean, that means...
Well, how about this? What are 3 areas that they have to fix this year, and are those 3 areas fixable?
Yes. So, okay. Yes, every area is fixable. They got to fix the offensive line, number one. Okay. I think we've lacked in that as the season has progressed. I think the bye week came at the right time.
So it's Thornton Mellon, not Walter Mellon. So that's the name of the dude.
That's great to know.
All right. Thanks for your enthusiasm today, Luke. It's been fantastic. Ethan, you've done great.
Thank you.
This guy over here.
I think Luke did great too.
Okay, now you're fired.
Okay, that's okay.
Like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to do it because I'm done with these guys. See you next time.